Greetings. Today I'm going to be lowering the action at the nut by filing the nut slots there. So that's what's on the agenda for today. But first I want to demonstrate something. Maybe some people don't know exactly why action at the nut is kind of important. And this is why. As you can see, I'm going to use this hand over here. It's a long distance to depress the string onto to the fret wires. So when you depress the string that far down, what you're doing is you're stretching the string a little bit, and it's making the note go sharp, whichever note you might be on in this basic area of the guitar. So to demonstrate that, I have my non-chromatic, unfortunately, tuner here, but I have it set on bass. Got a little button there I can set on bass so that I can actually get the signal out of this G note on the low E. So here we go. We're going to test drive the low E, and we are on target. So watch as I press down the G gently. Look how sharp it is. The high E will do it as well. If I can stop bumping that thing, I can show it. Yeah, see, that's sharp too in the G position. So that's exactly why. And that's exactly why I'm doing this today. Stay tuned. Okay, let's get on with this. Here's the stuff you'll need. You need a set of good files, nut files, file the nut, and a set of feeler gauges, and you'll need to have your .254 off if that's how high you want your string action to be at the nut. And so let's get started. Okay, first on the agenda is to find out how much you need to take it down. I've checked this side over here, and it doesn't need as much as this over here. The low E needs a lot more than the high E, but it gets worse as you go this way. So not much, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a lot. So this way to handle this particular job is to, I already took the liberty of finding the right gauges here, but what I did was I found gauges here that when I press down, two things I can do. I can pluck the string, and I don't get any fret buzz here, but yet I have a nice tight fit with my feeler gauge here with the .254. So I'm pushing the string down and putting the feeler gauge in there. Doesn't lift it. It just fits nice and tight. So, but yet I don't have any fret buzz. So 10 is going to be it, 0.10 or inches, or 2.254 millimeters. So next we'll get these feeler gauges on here. I actually like to leave the strings on. I'm going to get them like this here. Oops. Underneath the strings. However I can do that. And up against the nut. So we'll do that right now. Now we're ready to set this up to start doing the nut filing. I went ahead and took the feeler gauges that I had set up where I found the right height off the tool so that they can be placed underneath here. And so there they are. But there's one problem: it has to take the form of the curvature of the neck. So now StewMac does make a tool that costs $107 that clamps on and pulls down their what do you call it, feeler gauges. But you can take and what I did was I mugged my daughter and took one of her hair ties, and that does a wonderful job right there. Hold it right nice and flat with the neck. So takes the curvature, and so there it is. Now I do like to leave the strings on while I'm doing this so I can test it. I can push this down to where it's going to be and test it for string height, and test it for fret buzz, and there is none down there. If there's going to be any, it's going to be right here. But as mentioned in the preview, this fret's going to be lowered. Specifically, there might be one up here that I need to lower too. But we're just going to be doing this fret and maybe another fret up higher. So, with that, I'm not going to bore you with doing every slot in this video. Show you how it's done. What these feeler gauges here do is they stop me from going too low. So I take the string loose and move it out of the way, and what I want to do is take my 46 and clean it up a little bit. Use the piss out of these things. These do have two sides. This is the one thing you do have to buy. What you want to do when filing this is you want to try to stay at the angle of the string. So you don't want it like this, because then you're going to have it too high here. You want it to go in the slot at the angle that it's going to be. Right now I'm getting awfully close. That's the other reason I like to leave the strings on, so I can tighten it back up and see how I'm doing. Yeah. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to not go far enough, that's for sure. So, obviously it needs more. I'll try to stay at the angle. I'm going to use one hand here. So I'll try the other side. I don't seem to be cutting very well. Oops, someone wants to fart around there. So when I hear the file hit this, I know that I have gone far enough, but not too far. But just one of the most important things is to keep it at this angle. We're getting close, I think. And I don't know if I mentioned in the preview, if you even watched it, that I've never touched this guitar. I just bought it and started playing it. So, I'm going to check this. Looks like we're pretty dang close. Oops, wrong way. No, the other way is wrong, right way. I'm getting confused. Can still push it down a little bit. Okay. Looks like I'm pretty much there. Warm this off a little bit. Okay. Now I can. No, that's the right one. I can take this off. Test drive this. looks like we have a nice low action. The nut. Oh, that's, yeah. So that's about perfect right there. We'll hold it in there. It doesn't push it up any. So, no fret buzz. We're good to go on that one. So I'll do the rest of these, and then we'll demonstrate. So now, do is I'll put these back in, hair tie again, and continue on down the line. Like I said, the high E does not need as much, so should go pretty quick.